this week, so I hope you guys tap in. I hope y'all like the information that I'm sharing, and if you do, please share this video with somebody who you think this could also help. I'm getting tongue tied before I can start. Okay, let's see. I just want to go live where I'm working. I'm trying to build my video footage up here because I haven't been going live lately at all or posting videos on YouTube. Let's get us some music playing. If you guys can hear me, put something in the chat. Let me know you're here. This is a very informal live, so if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, you guys can drop them in the chat, and I will answer them as I see them. I'm just going live here today to kind of keep my momentum up. Hey, how you doing? So yesterday, if you guys did not catch my live yesterday, we talked about the reasons why Congress wrote FCRA and FDCPA. I think this is a perfect time of year to talk about those two laws because not only are they consumer protection laws, but this is a time of year where corporations tend to prey on people just a little bit more than they do any other time. Mainly because they know a lot of people are getting in refund checks and things like that since it's the beginning of the year. Now, with that being said, I have seen people have third parties who they've never known reach out to them about a debt that they allegedly owe to an original creditor without real validation that they owe the debt. And that same company try to sue them. And the reason why they do that is because everything that a corporation, whether it's you or somebody else, when you go to court and you present information, the court accepts it as true. For one, because they're taking your word, your sworn testimony that you wouldn't lie under penalty of perjury, but also it's just standard. So I have a legal reference here, American Jurisprudence. This is the book on judgments, book number 47. There's a place in here, I talked about it yesterday. So since this book is on judgments, think about it like this. Say a third party tries to sue you about something. You don't have a contract with them, but they sue you under a contract that you owed and breached for somebody else, right? They receive a judgment. Since they have the judgment, they start garnishing your wages, or they apply to garnish your wages. One thing that they have to, well, three things they have to have is these three different areas of proof. Now, one, they have to have proof that you're within the jurisdiction of the court. Two, they have to have proof that they properly served you. And then three, that they have to have proof that this is a legally, some type of lawful thing that they're suing you for. As long as they have those three things, they don't have to actually show a contract between you and them. They can use secondary evidence. Like I've seen people, actually, I posted on my Facebook page for you guys who follow me on Facebook. There's a post that I made of a bill of sale. I posted a couple bill of sales recently. All of them were pertaining to different people's accounts. How you doing? All of them were pertaining to different people's accounts. And none of them happen to have an account number on it at all, which means that's not valid proof. However, if the person that they filed that claim against did not rebut that and say, hey, look, this doesn't actually prove anything, the court is going to accept it as the truth. And this part of the judgments book that I have highlighted, I'm gonna read this to you guys. This kind of explains why that is so. So there are rules, just like it's rules of civil procedure, there's rules that the courts go by. So anything that's filed into court, like a testimony, that's an affidavit. Y'all know an affidavit is under penalty of perjury. So everything that you file is under penalty of perjury when you file something into public record. This section that talks about proof says there's a rule generally supported in the event of a default. A default judgment means that a third party or maybe an original creditor sued you. You did not take it upon yourself to respond. Everybody has a certain amount of time to respond. You did not respond, so they filed for a summary judgment. If they win it by default, it's only because you did not respond. So this says there's a general rule, there's a rule generally supported in the event of a default, and that is that all material allegations of the plaintiff's complaint are taken to be true. So they're literally saying they take anything that the plaintiff says, whether the plaintiff is a corporation or whether the plaintiff is a private citizen, they take that to be true unless the defendant has some type of rebuttal to it. It says, so all the allegations within the plaintiff's complaint are taken to be true so that judgment by default can be properly rendered without proof of the plaintiff's claim. So they literally do this so the plaintiff does not have to prove their claim. Okay, so I said that to say, if you get sued, the worst thing you could do is to avoid answering the lawsuit. The very worst thing you could do is to pretend that it's not happening, because they're going to win by default, and then they're going to move forward trying to garnish your wages or live in your bank accounts and things like that. All right. This goes on to say, let's see, where was I? So the judgment by default can be properly rendered without proof of the plaintiff's claims. It says, except as may be required to establish damages. It goes on to say that a judgment by default has been regarded as one rendered in a case in which an omission on the part of the defendant renders unnecessary any evidence on the part of the plaintiff. It goes on to say that proof of the defendant's liability is necessary before the plaintiff is entitled to a judgment. So that proof could be them submitting that bill of sale. If you never say this bill of sale doesn't actually prove that I did anything, they're gonna take it as truth. And it's gonna, what I mean by that is it's enough for them to say that they believe them. Because court is about who they believe more. Do they believe you? Do they believe them? If they believe them more, then you have no chance. So if they are submitting evidence, even if the evidence isn't directly pointing at you, if they have something, they will believe them. So you need to understand, just because they have something doesn't mean they're gonna win, right? You need to be able to look at this and say, does this convince me that I actually owe them? And be honest with yourself. Does this bill of sale actually have my account number on there? Does it have my name on there? Is it an amount on there that they're saying that I owe on the actual bill of sale or on the chain of title? So any other documents that they give you, are they actually fully disclosing what's being transferred, or are they hypothetically saying stuff and redacting other things? Because a lot of times when people are being sued or when people ask for validation, they will send you documents that are basically generic. These documents do not really identify you, which means it doesn't prove anything. Are y'all following me? All right. This goes on to say, let me see, necessity of proof arises from the particular nature of an action which the public has interest, or in order to protect the interest of a defendant upon whom the complaint has not been personally served. I did say that you had to be properly served for a default judgment to be, or for any judgment to be valid. There has to be legality, so there has to be some type of legal claim here, a legal question. There also has to be jurisdiction of the court, and then you had to be properly served, so you have your right to due process. Those are some things to keep in mind if you're dealing with a third party. These third parties are very abusive, deceptive, and unfair in the way that they operate. If they were not, Congress wouldn't have written laws addressing that. All right, so those are things that you need to watch out for, because it's something that I've seen happen a lot of times. Even as far as with those little red light tickets, has anybody on here ever received like a red light ticket I was talking to somebody the other day. They had a red light ticket on their vehicle, but it wasn't actually them that was in the car, but they still were the ones that received the ticket, which means that they're answering for something that they did not do. So if you ever received a ticket and you were not the person driving the car, what I mean by that is like a red light ticket. Sometimes they mail them to your address. I have one right in front of me. This one is from a debt collector. It's a alleged red light ticket, but it's from a debt collector, and they're basically saying that this person now owes the debt collector instead of owing the city, which is strange to me that a debt collector would. I guess it's kind of crazy. If a person isn't already paying their debt, why would you go voluntarily pay for it? It's a little absurd to me. Any of you guys dealing with third parties right now? Third party debt collectors? Somebody who maybe popped up on your credit report, or you received some type of communication from them? Anybody? What's going on? I should have shared this on Facebook. Let me tell Facebook I'm on YouTube Live. Because I forgot I don't have that many followers over here.
Ready for your next adventure? KLM Royal Dutch Airlines brings you Real Deal Days. Your chance to uncover real adventures and create real memories. Taste the real Amsterdam, explore the real Barcelona, and discover the real Johannesburg, along with many more destinations.
What about a 1099-C? Are you asking like, what about the 1099-C, first of all? When you say what about it, what do you mean? For example, this is how it looks. It's a regular example of one, but this is how it looks. This is a 1099-C document. So when you say what about it, what would you like to know about it? If your question is, would I fill this out? The answer is no, not for an account that you allegedly owe a debt for. What do you do if you get one? Oh, now that's a different question. If you receive one, there are instructions on the back of the document. If you were to receive this, this will be the form you receive. So there's instructions right here from the IRS as pertains to what you're supposed to do with this. If you file taxes, this is supposed to be filed on your taxes. Now, just to explain what's happening here, when a 1099-C is filed by a corporation, it's because, first of all, generally accepted accounting procedures requires that corporations discharge debt that they are no longer collecting. So once something gets to a point, normally it's within 180 days, but once something gets to the point where they realize you're not going to pay on it, they'll write it off if it's over $600. If it's over $600, it goes on this form, and they're supposed to mail you a copy and mail the IRS a copy, and also keep the third copy. Now, a lot of times they won't send you this, because if you read it, box 1 says date of the identifiable event. Box 2 says the amount of debt discharged. So you know that the debt is discharged if you receive this document. Now, that would be proof that you no longer owe on it if a third party were to try to come in, collect on it. Now, the only way, let's say you have a contract with Capital One. Say you have a contract with Capital One. You breach your contract with Capital One. you're in a state where Capital One has 4 years statute of limitations to sue you. So say that they don't sue you, but they sell your information to somebody else, right? They're gonna sell it after discharging it. So after they fill this out, they'll sell it, and then at that point, this becomes your tax liability, which means it's no longer a debt. So what they sell is your personal information, not your actual debt. You understand that? So when people say, oh, we have, our office has record that you owed, this person $300, we want to collect on it. How do you know that they have legality to collect on it? Especially if you don't know what tax documents have been filed on the account. How do you know that they can collect on it? You get it, Joel? Hey, sis. Come on here. What's up, Natural Beauty? How you doing, boo? So we're talking about, we were just talking about 1099Cs on Facebook today. For you guys who are also on Facebook, make sure y'all follow me on Facebook. Many of y'all probably already do. But I was talking about stalls. I actually posted a stall letter. I've been seeing it a lot last year. I saw a lot of stalling from the credit reporting agencies. I really think that they are starting to get scared. I feel like they know that the only thing they could do is bluff. The only thing they could do is delay you actually getting your remedy. They can't push it off forever. They can't oppress you like that, because that's literally oppression. They can't inaccurately report information for an extended period of time. At that point, you need to be trying to sue them. So we've been talking about lawsuits lately on my page. Y'all know I'm not an attorney. This is not legal advice, but I do think you should listen to the things that I say about how I treat these corporations, because if you treated them like me, you might get somewhere. So you must report it as income on your taxes. Yeah, if you file taxes, you have to report that as income. Now, to explain that, I hate that my board is gonna be backwards if I try to show y'all this on the board, but think about it like this. If you have $1,000 in an account, right? In a bank account. So you have $1,000 credit limit and you use that $1,000 up, that means the account is at zero now. So if you never pay them people back, that account is gonna be negative until you pay it back to bring it back to zero. So you're gonna be negative $1,000. Say that they write that off. Them writing it off means that they are no longer negative, right? So they have to add a positive $1,000 to that to bring it to zero, right? So at this point, you get the credit because they are the ones that were in the deficit initially, and now it has zeroed out. Now you have to take the liability for it. Where it was once some type of asset to you, now it's a liability. That's basically what that is. It's this discharge is somebody basically jumping from you to them. Initially, it was their liability because you owed them money. That was their liability. Now it's yours. So if you have it, read the back of the form. The IRS tells you exactly what you need to do with it. You will only receive this form again if it's $600 or more. Sometimes you have to request the form because they don't give it to you all the time. But if you did receive one, you a step further than a lot of people, because a lot of people are actually fighting, trying to get those. What other questions y'all have? No problem. Y'all do me a favor and share this live with somebody that you think can benefit from knowing this information. I have to start going live here more so I can have more people here when I go live. Okay. I think this is it. How are y'all feeling about this the changes that they recently made to TikTok? I used to go live on TikTok a lot, but I'm not really liking it now. Are you guys also on TikTok? How y'all feel about that? Are y'all still using it, or have y'all kicked it to the curb too? I mainly just scroll on TikTok. I haven't even been scrolling, but that's normally what a lot of people do. How do y'all think you learn better? Do you think you learn better from longer videos, or do you learn better from shorter videos focused on specific topics? What do you guys like? Do y'all like longer lecture type videos, or do you like short? Because TikTok, it seems like people on TikTok like those short, immediate gratification videos. Like, I'm gonna tell you everything in 60 seconds, but not really tell you anything, if that makes sense. Y'all get what I'm saying? YouTube acting like Facebook with these slow. The only thing I do like about TikTok, I don't know where TikTok algorithm comes from with the way that their comments come like simultaneously, but YouTube, y'all gotta get it together. She say longer videos with details. I like longer videos too. Don't seem like people like longer videos though, because when I look at my analytics, if I do like an hour video, people will watch it for like the first 20 minutes. And then it drops off. Like literally, these websites, these apps really tell you in depth how people are monitoring you. Where do people stay at? How long, how you get to the videos, if you came from a previous post, if you came from a For You page. Like they tell you real detail. So I don't know. That's why I was asking, because I hadn't really made a lot of videos for YouTube, because I'm like, I said, I'm gonna be mad if I record hours worth of information and nobody goes and engages in it. It's gonna piss me off. I don't even know if I can say that on here, but yeah, we'll see how sensitive TikTok is today. But yeah. Have you thought any more about running mock trials in the law club and more hands-on? I haven't been having the time. I thought about it before. I thought it would be like a neat thing to do. Maybe I might set aside a day of the week. But honestly, I said something in the law club about it. Everybody in there is so all over the place. What I mean by that is, I'll say something and it might take a week for people to, like one person might say something back, but it might take a week for other people to respond. So it's kind of hard to do like a mock trial or plan anything as a group when people in the group don't really respond to the group requests. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard. Because like with a mock trial, you need people. You need people that are actually participating. And I honestly don't be having that. People say they're going to participate until it's time to participate. And then their ass ain't nowhere to be found. And I already be taking time from what I'm doing, you know, work-wise, trying to do this stuff. So I would need people who actually want to do it. Let me send these damn notices off. I probably should send these to address. Let me see. You don't have your notification. A lot of people probably don't. I mean, I definitely understand people have stuff to do. But I gotta have, y'all know me, I have to stay engaged to stay engaged because I have so much other stuff that I could be doing. What's his name? He be on my TikTok live. Honey K does mock trials on his TikTok live. I don't think he has a private group where they do it, but he does it on his lives a lot. Y'all wanna know something funny? There is this, I normally don't even speak on other people's stuff, but I have to because it's funny to me, the things that people fall for. There's a chick on TikTok, I don't even know her name, but for some reason she always come across my For You page. She literally is telling people that when they go to stores, like grocery stores, y'all probably gonna know who I'm talking about. When they go to grocery stores and stuff, they should be going to customer service and signing up as a valued customer and purchasing their products that way, and they won't have to spend no money. And I think that is the biggest load of bullshit I have ever heard in my life. Encouraging people to sign up for accounts with these people that they don't plan on paying is technically fraud. It's technically a scam. And it's ironic because she has them thinking that they don't have to pay anything for groceries and things like that, but somehow you have to pay her for her to teach you. So she teaching you how to not need money, all the while taking your money from you. And nobody find that suspicious. I think that's strange as hell. No wonder people believed that there was a dragon that the government was trying to freeze a couple weeks ago. Oh my God, today. Where is my, She said that's a head scratcher. Some of this stuff, I mean, people gotta be like, they gotta hear it and be like, that's a bunch of bullshit. I just don't believe people are honestly, believing this shit. I don't believe that. I don't believe that it's that easy to get over on people like that. Like, it's that easy? For real? FYP been flooded with standing on business stuff for some reason. She says flooded with standing on business stuff. That's what's up. I'm glad a lot of people are standing up for themselves. I just want it to be done the right way, because when people use standing up for themselves as an excuse to scam, I think it lessens the impact that we have when we are actually trying to enforce our rights. Like, imagine we out here really fighting for equality and, you know, for these people to be transparent. Meanwhile, you are trying to exploit certain terms that, because it's crazy. People will take words that you already know and know what they mean and try to stress them to make you believe that that shit is trying to tell you to do something else. Like, nothing about, now I want to say that nothing is hidden, because they do hide a lot of shit from us. But it's no secret code to how you're supposed to operate in commerce. All of this shit is public record. Everything is put right in front of us. Like, United States Code. All of this stuff put right in front of us. These are the laws. These are the guidelines. If you uphold, if this is what they hold you to. Like, holding you to a certain standard, this is what they hold you to. This is what you hold their ass to too. There's no way I'm gonna allow a corporation to hold me to a standard that they not gonna be held to as well. It's just not gonna happen. But at the same time, you gotta understand, you can't break laws in the pursuit of freedom. You can't break laws in the name of freedom. You cannot do that. And if you are misled, as soon as you realize you're being misled, you better get up out of that thing, because whenever the cookies start crumbling, whoever misleading you, they're not gonna be there. You're gonna end up facing that shit by yourself. So learning for yourself is your best out. That's why I started learning for myself, so I can apply things myself and not have to worry about somebody else telling me, oh, you should do this now, you should do that. No, I know what I should do myself. Why? Because I studied to show myself approved. That's also why I show y'all reference material. Many of y'all have been following me for years on like TikTok and Facebook and stuff like that. I always tell y'all where I get my information from, because I don't want you going around saying, oh, because Rebecca told me to. No, I want you to say, because United States Code 15 USC 1692 says XYZ. I've always been like that, because I would rather you even, and the main reason is because sometimes, even if you know the law, you have a hard time. Sometimes, even if you know the law, you'll have a hard time. You'll have a hard time getting things taken off your credit. You'll have a hard time getting your dispute letters acknowledged. That doesn't mean that you're not on the right track. It just means that these people want to give you a little pushback to see, they're testing your gangster. They're trying to see how bad do you want this? How far are you willing to go? Especially the ones of y'all who always threatening to sue somebody. I know I sue people a lot. I don't threaten to sue them a lot though. That's not really the leverage. Threatening somebody is not really the leverage. Showing them that you have the power to do something, but you're refraining from doing it under the stipulation that they do X, Y, Z is how you leverage something. So if I want to sue you and I know I'm building up a case to sue you, I'm not going to just keep throwing, do this or I'm going to sue you, do this, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to say, I'm going to keep establishing the facts. You know, by sending me this letter, you broke this law, or this, I found, you know, these 5 violations of this same law within this letter. So now, you know, next time I come with some shit, this is me stacking this up on top of each other, like how the state does people. When it comes down to criminal charges and things like that, the state will hit your ass with 12 different charges, knowing only 2 of them gonna stick, because that's all they needed anyway. All they needed was 2 of them. But they're banking on you might wiggle your way out of a few of them, right? So that's the same. I'm not saying trump the charges up on them, but if you catch these people in 12 lies, you need to hit them with 12 violations. That'll stop them from playing with you. For the people that are getting stalled, once they realize you will actually go to court, when they see your name, they're gonna get that shit together, because they know if they don't, they're gonna be getting a lawsuit. Y'all follow me? Drop a gem in the chat if you are catching these gems. I'm supposed to be going to the post office today. I'm probably not gonna make it there, but I do need to get all this stuff in there. All this shit packaged, dude. I gotta make it to the one in the morning. What are you guys working on today? I'm packaging letters up for people. Yeah, I have a mentorship for people who are fixing their own credit or willing to learn how to fix their own credit. I can't do it for everybody, but I can teach you how to do it for yourself. This would include us going over your credit report one-on-one, analyzing what needs to be done, me helping you prepare the letters. Even though I'm not a lawyer and this is not legal advice, it's not against the law for me to help you guys help yourself. So if you're interested in that, make sure you contact me outside of TikTok. Outside of YouTube. I'm saying TikTok like I'm on TikTok. Outside of YouTube, help@consumerlawadvocates.org is my email address. Telephone number is 1-888-341-8140. All right, and I'm going to get off of here and hop on Facebook for a little while. So if y'all are following me on Facebook, y'all meet me over there, okay? See, she says it's like a digital marketing class, I think. I'm so appreciative of you and your willingness to share. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have stuck with this as long as I have, although life been life and I keep trying to learn. That's all you could do. Life be life and for me too. But, you know, this keeps me going, and I love a good lawsuit, so I love suing somebody. I've for the past couple years, I've sued at least a minimum of 2 people every year, you know, and I'm always suing for a bag, so it's very motivational, I will say that. Anywho, I'll see you guys on the flip side. Make sure y'all turn the notifications on. Share this live with somebody. Thank you guys for coming in, dropping the hearts, sharing, all of that. I appreciate y'all so, so much. It was really good seeing you, Natural Beauty, too. Make sure y'all meet me on Facebook, all right? Peace out. Be blessed.